What is up, everybody? Jay Nell here with my UFC 167 20th anniversary recap video. It lived up to the hype. Let's get into it. I was 3 out of 5. Okay. First up, I did not get this pick. I chose Tim Elliott to beat Ali Bagutuna. He did not. This was a good fight. It went all 3 rounds. The flyweights, I love that division. The first round, I think, went to Elliott due to sheer output. After that, it seemed like Ali figured out how to impose his game plan because he won the second and the third, was throwing some bombs, great wrestling. Again, he drops bombs, good wrestling, kind of like Dotson, kind of like Ronga. I think any one of those two opponents might be a good fight in the flyweight division. Who do you want to see Ali fight next? Next up, I lost this pick as well. I chose Josh Koscheck to beat Tyron Woodley. He did not. Tyron was huge. Legs were huge. He's extremely athletic. It ended in the first round. Caught him early, stunned Josh early, but then Josh recovered and was actually able to impose some of his wrestling. Got him up against the fence, was able to hold position, and then Tyron caught him again. He said he threw his everything into that shot, and he got the KO. He's a welterweight. That division is stacked. Who do you want to see Woodley fight next? Now, I made a comeback. In this next fight, I chose Robbie Lawler to beat Rory McDonald, and he did. It was a split decision. I totally agree with this decision. Same thing. Took him a while to figure out how to hit Rory. Rory's got a kind of, I believe, I'm not quite sure on the reach advantage. He's got a nice jab. He's very elusive, kind of hard to hit. So it took him like the whole first round to figure that out. But once he did, he hit him hard. Second and especially the third round. Had him dizzy or stunned a few times, even took him down. Rory took him down at the end of that round and laid some ground and pound, but it was too little too late. I completely agree with the decision. It was a good fight. Who do you want to see Robbie Lawler fight next? Again, welterweight. He was ranked number 10th, but I'm sure he's going to climb up that ladder. Rory was ranked number 4. I'm sure he's going to fall. Now, co-main event, I got this pick too. I chose Rashad Evans to beat Chael Sonnen. I said on paper he wins hands down, depending on which Rashad we see. Level 10, level 8. Well, he was level 10. He won the whole fight. It ended in the first round. He won the whole fight, basically. Got him up against the fence, was able to take him down, ground and pound. Eventually, Chael had to give up his back. He was laying bombs to the point where Chael had to come up like this while giving up his back, and the ref had no choice but to stop it. The decisive, clear, dominant victory from Rashad Evans. Who do you want to see Rashad fight next? 205, and he definitely wants to add another shot at John Jones. So who do you think should be next? Should he get a shot? Should he have to fight someone else? He's already ranked. Now, main event. Controversy. Okay. Here's how I feel. Johny Hendricks took on the long-standing welterweight champion, pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world, GSP, George St-Pierre. Okay, if he was fighting someone else, not for the belt, I believe he wins this fight. Okay, now, we all know about Champion's Edge, and that's not just it, though. Johny, people are going to hate me for this. Johny lost this fight. Johny left this fight in the octagon. He left that opportunity to win, and he didn't grab it. Okay, I was worried about his cardio. In the second and third round, he did lose cardio. His energy decreased dramatically. You could see it, but he recovered very well in the 4th and 5th. Now, in the 5th round, for some reason, he took his foot off the gas. He was dropping bombs on GPS. Maybe mess up his name. Dropping bombs on GSP. Busted him up, both eyes, cut him with an elbow on the ground. I mean, he was really landing some good shots here. GSP landed more shots, had more output. Also, it was pretty much takedown for takedown. If anything, GSP might have had like one more takedown. Neither one of them was able to really do any damage on the ground and hold the other one down for a long time. Okay. I think this fight was closer than Johny realized. I'm not sure if it was a miscommunication with his corner, if they had him thinking that he was dominantly beating GSP. It wasn't dominant enough for him to take his foot off the gas in the 5th round. I don't know why he did that. Also, in the post-press conference, he admitted several times, I was at 70% punching power. I was holding something back. I was at 70% to leave something for the later rounds. Your 70%, Johny, is why GSP is still 100% the champion. Okay, you left this opportunity out in the ring, or out in the octagon. There was a moment, I believe in round 2, where he had GSP reeling. I mean, really surviving, but he didn't go in for the kill. And then his mouthpiece fell out and they had to stop it, but he didn't go in for the kill. Again, the 5th round, didn't go in for the kill. This is the champion. You said it yourself. You knew you would have to beat GSP, so why didn't you do so? It makes me think that maybe there was a miscommunication and he felt like he was dominating this fight and this fight wasn't as close as it was. All right. Now, that's why you lost. It's Johnny's fight. It's your fault, Johnny. I hate to say it, but it is. You could have won, but you didn't. You left it in the hands of the judges. You never do that, especially with a champion, someone who's held the belt for 7 years. Okay, now, Dana White, I wanted to bring this up real quick, because I've questioned his tactics before, because I'm a real fan of this sport. It's the fastest growing sport in the United States, and I want it to continue to grow. So when he, you know, his relationship between Randy Couture, I'll get into that more when I actually have facts and quotes from Randy Couture, but it went sour. He basically dumped all over GSP because GSP, right after the fight, said that he wanted to take some time off. Didn't give any specifics, didn't say he was retiring, he just said he had some issues, okay? So post-press conference, he hadn't even spoke to GSP yet. GSP wasn't even there yet, but he did show up to the post-press conference, but he wasn't there when Dana White dumped all over him. So he owes, out of respect to the fans, to him, or to fans, to the sport, to not quit. How dare he consider that? I know he's not hurt, so it can't be that. What do you know? He said he lost memory. That's never happened before. You don't know how he's feeling right after a fight. One of the reporters even said, well, don't you think you should talk to him before you dump all over him? And he's like, no, he should do this and do this out of respect. Well, you know what? I think you owe him a little respect. You admitted that he is one of your biggest cash cows in this sport. He's one of the men whose backs you've built this sport upon, his wars with Matt Hughes and BJ Penn. So if he's one of your biggest cash cows just for money reasons, maybe not dump all over the guy before you speak to him. Champions only fight like once or twice a year. Time off could just mean 4, 5, 6 months. And is that any different than once or twice a year? No. So I just question his tactics sometimes. And the other thing, I know you think that Johny Hendricks won. He made that very clear. He said the guy that does the most damage wins the fight. Dana, that's never been true. If that's the case, Gustafsson would be champion. If that's the case, Nick Diaz would have beat GSP. That's never been true. The guy that does the most damage wins the fight. You know that there's a whole host of other things to consider. So sometimes he just gets emotional and reacts. I just want to know how you felt about that. Who should Johny Hendricks fight next? How do you feel about GSP leaving it up the air? Should he retire? Should he not? And how do you feel about Dana White's reaction to it? Boom. Talk to me. I want to know how you feel. Take care, everyone, and goodbye.